awesome slate of NFL games today, Sunday, and Sunday Night Football just ended. And I think my biggest takeaway from the games today is that Josh Allen has to be the MVP. Okay, like Lamar Jackson was awesome against the Giants, but we now have back-to-back weeks of Josh Allen tearing up the Rams and then tearing up the Lions this week, right? Two of the better teams in the NFL fighting for playoff spots. And when you look at Josh Allen's numbers, I mean, they're just absolutely absurd. He's thrown for 3,400 yards, completing 64% of his passes. He's thrown 25 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions so far this season. He's also ran for 480 yards, 11 touchdowns, hasn't lost any fumbles all year. That is a total of 36 touchdowns on the year to only 5 turnovers. That's absurd. That is a touchdown to turnover ratio of 7-1. Insane. Just insane stuff right there. He is the MVP. He should be the MVP. The Bills are 11-3. They're the best team in football. Yes, they're better than the Chiefs, who just kind of find a way to survive in every game that they play. They just went on the road to Detroit and beat them. Now, to be fair to Detroit, they are incredibly banged up. If they were healthy, that game probably would have gone differently. You know, the Bills did have a really tough time stopping the Lions, so if the Lions can just get healthy on defense, they could be the best team in the NFL. But right now, as long as the Lions are dealing with all those injuries, it has to be the Bills. Okay, so Josh Allen, quarterback of the best team in the NFL, putting up just absurd numbers. Now, with that being said, there are going to be people out there making a push for Lamar Jackson, as they should, because Lamar Jackson is having another just outstanding year. Here are his numbers. He's thrown for 3,600 yards, which is more than Josh Allen. He's thrown 34 touchdown passes, which is more than Josh Allen. He's thrown 3 interceptions. That's less than Josh Allen. He's also ran for 700 yards, which is more than what Josh Allen has ran for. But he's only run for 3 rushing touchdowns, which is less than Josh Allen. And he's fumbled the ball away 4 times, which is more than Josh Allen. That is a total of 37 touchdowns to 7 turnovers. It's not quite 7-1, but it's still mightily impressive at 5-1, okay? Now, Lamar Jackson's numbers are better than Josh Allen's. If you want to say, Jonathan, Lamar Jackson deserves the MVP because his numbers are better, not going to argue with you. That is a very good argument. But wins matter. Like, they just do. Like, really valuable players tend to win a lot of games. And from a gambling perspective, how I know that Josh Allen is going to win the MVP is for 2 reasons. First and foremost, when you look at the last 10 MVPs in the NFL, they have all been the quarterback of the number 1 or number 2 seed in either the AFC or the NFC. With where we sit today, it looks like the Bills are going to be the 2 seed. They could wind up being the 1, probably going to be the 2 because they're 2 games behind the Bills. Okay, when you look at the Ravens, they're either going to be the 5 seed, the number 1 wildcard spot, or they're going to be the 3 if they can find a way to overtake the Steelers in the AFC North. So when you look at the history of the NFL, it tells you that Josh Allen will win the MVP because he's going to likely be the number 2 seed in the AFC. In addition to that, narrative and things matter, and voter fatigue is definitely a thing. When voters get their ballots at the end of the year, they're going to sit there and be like, you know, Josh Allen's been the second best quarterback in the NFL for quite some time now, and he hasn't won an MVP yet. This is probably the year where he gets one, because he's been deserving of one, and while the MVP and these individual awards are supposed to be a one-year thing, that is oftentimes not the case. They look at previous years, they look at a collection of things, and, you know, it's never just a one-year award. So, that is another reason supporting the idea that Josh Allen will win the MVP. Is that right? Probably not. But is that the reality of it? Yes, it is. Josh Allen is going to win the MVP because he's putting up absurd numbers. He's peaking at the end of the year. Recency bias, that is an important thing. He's never won one before, and everyone knows that he is deserving of an MVP. His team's going to be the 2 seed, and he's quarterbacking what's probably the best team in the NFL. All those things added up together means that he's probably going to win the MVP. That's the reality of it. Sorry, Lamar Jackson. You've already won a couple. It'll be okay. You can win another one next year. Josh Allen is going to be your NFL League MVP this year. With that being said, will they beat the Chiefs in the playoffs? Probably not, because the Chiefs are going to figure out a way to beat them again, because that's just what they do. But Josh Allen having an absurd year, that was my takeaway today. Just watching him tear up that Detroit Lions defense and hang 40 on them. They've now scored 30 plus in 7 straight games, or 7 or 8 straight games, which is tied for an NFL record, tied with the Peyton Manning-led Broncos, a decade ago. So just really impressive stuff from Josh Allen. That's probably going to continue. Thanks for watching my video. I'll be back again later on in the week with another one.